but they're making
hard
a lot
to believe.
well, they're making
they're leading in
threes.
three-point shooting.
Brooklyn's number 2. But Clippers are 12th defensively, and the Brooklyn is 27th since the trade. So I'm taking the Clippers, but it ain't no... Hold on. Is the Lakers playing tonight? They just played last night.
Wait, you mean the Staples sideshow that is now the Lakers?
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
This is the NBA Finals preview. Come one, come all. To watch the best defensive team in the NBA, the Clippers, versus maybe the greatest offensive team in the history of the league, the Nets.
Who's the best defensive team in the NBA right now, currently, as we speak?
Well, statistically, or are we doing it on performance?
We're on performance.
On eye test.
On eye test.
Yeah, I'll take the Clippers.
Oh, really, Skip?
Watch. Guess what? Guess who's favored tonight? The Clippers by 1.5 because they can lock you up and lock you down.
They can't lock nothing up.
Yes,
Skip, they're 12th enough and defensively.
Well, that's because they haven't had all their guys healthy.
See,
Patrick Beverley.
You do that every year, so how long you going to do that?
It's their turn and their time. Ty Lue is the early front runner for Coach of the Year. He has transformed them on offense. The ball is moving. They will be able to score with the Nets.
Hold on, we're not in grade school. We don't take turns here. Oh, it's Jennifer's turns now. No, it's Mark's turn. No, no, we move to the head of the line and we stay in there.
Really?
Yes.
You
don't take no turns.
You're starting to feel jealous that you're just off to the side now?
We don't take turns. Time for Hot Topic of the Day, brought to you by Burger King. $1 your way only at Burger King. We're going to get to George Kittle in a couple of minutes, but first, let's talk about the drama last night. The Lakers beat the Hawks 107-99, but the biggest headline from the game was an interaction that LeBron had with a courtside heckler during the fourth quarter that resulted in 4 fans being ejected from the arena. Was seemingly at the center of the incident, posted on social media last night that the spat stemmed from a back and forth that LeBron had with her husband during the game. LeBron ended up scoring LA's final 9 points to seal the victory. And he told reporters afterward, "I'm happy fans are back in the building. I missed that interaction, but I don't think they should have been kicked out." Skip, what do you make of this whole thing and everything that happened last night?
So, Shannon, there's an old baseball term called rabbit ears. It started in that sport. You've heard it your whole life. As an athlete, a professional athlete, you cannot, or a college athlete, you cannot have rabbit ears, meaning you can't hear the hecklers to a fault, because if you let them get in your head, under your skin, into your psyche, you'll fail because you'll get distracted by the hecklers, which is usually their goal.
Right.
So the X factor here, the one missing piece of evidence in this whole equation is, what did that guy, her husband, at courtside say to set off LeBron in the first place? I have no idea. It has not been reported. It must have been pretty strong. I don't know where to go. I didn't want to speculate over what it is, so I didn't want to throw out possibilities, but you know all the possibilities. There was some magic word that got said that pushed LeBron's button in ways it doesn't usually get pushed, because I'm sure over the years, he's only played 18. How much has he heard?
Exactly.
Everything. Even...
You suck. Jordan's better than you. Kobe's better than you.
All of the above.
Yes.
Okay. All the way to racial slurs. And I'm not suggesting that happened last night, but something went, what LeBron said was over the out of bounds. That's what he called it. What he said was out of bounds. So LeBron took it upon himself to respond directly to him. For the record, there were 1,341 fans there, which it can start to reverberate. It can sound pretty loud with that many people in that building, even though it's still a small part of the capacity of the building. Okay, so now she gets involved, and that's when it escalates. So her testimony, which came after the game on Instagram stories, she says that once he insulted her husband, that she started to fire back at him. LeBron suggests that there was alcohol involved, and I'm sure it was alcohol-fueled, but she went all the way to say that when I stood up and said, "Don't effing talk to my husband," he looks at me and goes, "Sit the F down, B." Would LeBron really say that to somebody at courtside? I don't know.
LeBron might have been drinking. He might have had
he might have had his wine at halftime. I don't know.
But here's the question.
But now the whole thing has gone completely over the edge.
Let me ask her a question, though, Skip. When your husband said something to LeBron, did you tell your husband, "Sit down, don't talk to the man like that, he's doing his job"?
No, she did not.
Exactly. So you feel that your husband, because y'all pay premium for these seats, has a right to say whatever he wants to the guy that's doing his job. No, Skip, I don't ever go to a restaurant or somebody's job and call them out there. Even they get the order, okay, bro, my bad. You got the order wrong.
Agreed.
But
it's not worth it.
Yeah, but Skip, people think because they pay money. And the first thing they yell, what they yell, Skip, I pay your salary. I don't care if you do. You take one.
Yep.
Bro, don't call me out my name. You want to say I suck? You want to say, boo, you terrible, Jordan's better than you? You want to say Gonzalez or whomever, Gronk better than you? That's fine.
Okay.
But when you start calling me a B, a SOB, and all that other stuff,
I agree.
Then you not need to have a conversation.
So LeBron did have conflicting statements in his postgame interview because at one point he said, I don't feel like it was warranted to be kicked out because they got escorted out as politely as possible, given the fact they were probably drinking.
Right.
But the point is, then later he said that it did get so out of hand that he thought it wasn't going to get better. Right.
So they didn't have no choice because now we still, you said that happened at like 8:49?
It was 8:05.
So that's basically 15 minutes left in the ball game, Skip, in basketball time. So basically, every time we come back up the court, guess what the official's going to have to do? He's going to have to intervene because she wasn't going to let it go, Skip. She's already agitated. It looks like, and LeBron said maybe they had been drinking. So the one thing we know when someone has been drinking and they're agitated, it's hard to control them, Skip. Look. I went to college and I had a lot of teammates that they drank. Now, some of them guys, Skip, they get drunk and they want to tear the dorm up, want to tear everything up.
I agree.
But I had some.
It can work both ways.
And all they want to do, man, Shaw, come on, man, go out with a shot. What you doing tonight?
They say LeBron gets more like that after a few glasses of wine.
I'm like, what I'm going to do is get your you-know-what out of my room. But sometimes, once a guy that's agitated or a person that's agitated and they've been drinking, Skip, it ain't no reason, ain't no rationing with them. It looks like the official was saying, ma'am, just have a seat. And then she was like, she done snatched the man down and she doing all this.
Plus, she was seizing the stage because she did have her 15 minutes of...
She got the phone out immediately.
She was rolling.
Because I know y'all got this going on, but I need to document this for myself.
Okay, so even though LeBron seemed to be laughing it off, he did take it seriously enough that afterwards he did, or his social people tweeted for him. About calling her courtside Karen, was mad, both capitalized with 2 exclamation points and then 7 crying, laughing emojis. Okay, so is he really laughing until he cries about it, or did it sting him a little bit? It seemed to affect him enough that he's not going to let it go after the game.
Skip, what bothered her the most is that when you go on her IG and look at it, now it looks like her husband is he's well off. They had a lot of different vacations. She got nice furs and diamonds and things like that.
They're courtside, man.
But here's the thing, Skip. If you got money and somebody throws you out of something, Skip, oh my goodness. I'm above that because remember, she was like, I got season tickets, I sit courtside. They said, don't matter. You about to get up out of here. So Skip, now, no matter how much money I got, hell, I'm getting thrown out just like somebody was up in the top row that was drunk and acting foolish. So that's supposed to be beneath her. Money's supposed to exempt her from that. That's what she was thinking.
Okay, but it did not. And yet she said her husband is a longtime Hawks fan who just has an issue. Like, it felt like an ongoing issue with LeBron. And I have no idea what that was.
What's the issue?
I don't know.
You tried a business proposition and LeBron said no. LeBron people said no. Because what is LeBron? Skip, I guarantee you, if that guy walked by LeBron couldn't tell you who he was. Okay. So he has an issue with LeBron.
It's hard for me to believe that you ain't Jordan would set him off. It's just hard to, how many times?
That ain't out of bounds.
Nope.
That's not out of bounds.
Maybe if you put that magic word in front of Jordan, maybe, I don't know. Maybe if you cursed at him.
Man, these people need to stop this. Y'all need to sit down now. Y'all doing too much.